What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 18 of my Be A Pro series. If you didn't go on to enjoy this video, can you please slap that like button? I'd really appreciate that. Let's get right into today's game, taking on the Gold Coast Titans at the Gold Coast home stadium there at Cbus Super Stadium. I did go ahead and do the pre-match drill and actually did quite well on it and got, I think, 550 odd XP points out of that, so that's awesome to add to our players. Let's have a look at some of our stats here that we can boost, and I think it's all way too expensive to even think about. Yeah, 15 grand. So let's get into today's matchup against Gold Coast and hopefully come out with the win. It's getting down to those dire moments of the season when we really need to make sure we can get a victory or at least finish with the draw. 1 point's better than no points, so if we can finish with a draw, I'm happy enough. But as I said, I think there's only about 4 rounds to go now in the season, 5 rounds maybe, to secure our spot in the finals, and that's my main goal. Primary goal is to make it just to the finals here for the Parramatta Holding Cup side, and then hopefully, as I say, secure that ticket to the next season next year. So that's obviously our main goal, is to make sure we are signed for next year. But let's get into today's game. Gold Coast Titans taking on the Parramatta Eels here at Cbus Super Stadium. Hopefully we can get that win. As I said, looks like Tepai Morale's back onto the Holding Cup side. He's been out for I think about 3 weeks now, so it's good to see him back on our squad. We have been failing a bit on our left hand sides, I have noticed, with the replacement, so hopefully Tepai will be able to fill that gap which is, you know, opened up on this side. So let's have a quick look at our objectives. 200 metres and no errors, and obviously the career tries has always been in there, so let's work on just getting a positive game here, stats wise and career performance wise, and don't do anything too stupid. But as I said, just stay competitive and hopefully end up in the final 8 for those finals in September. Big meters going down that right hand side there, but he's wrapped up just before hitting the halfway mark. Tackle 4, and they're going to push it back left and then get wrapped up pretty quickly there, right on halfway. 46 metres gain with that set of 6, so we're just going to duck in this line, and here we go. We're going to get the reception from here, so put our foot down, try and get a palm. We nearly break away there, get up, try and force that penalty. Ref's kind of getting in the way there, but he managed to get out of the way at the last second. Tackle 2 there, right in the 40 metre line. We're going to call it here and get this runner off us, hopefully. We might step back to the right and then push the gap. We are working a bit on our passing, so hopefully our passing skills will improve over the next few games. Let's go lefty, hopefully. No, they're going to push it right. I tried to sort it left. I'm not going to call it there. I'm going to let him just get those extra metres. Tackle 4, about 40 metres out. Let's see which way he's going to run. Probably going to run right, yeah. Come back in the centre. Now, I pressed the offload. It's going to be tackle 5. Hopefully it's not a stupid kick off our playmaker, or the fill-in playmaker, and he's going to just stab it in behind to the try line. It would have been good if we had a big chase, but I had to duck back onside, so I'm not going to get onside there, so lucky we didn't give away the penalty. That's going to be tackle 2, about 12 metres out from their own try line. They're going to force it to our left-hand side here, so let's cover up. Tepai wraps him up fairly easy there, 20 metres out from the Gold Coast try line. Trey's going to try and make a little scoot there. We're going to wrap him up and just pretty much bear hug him back to the ground, pretty much where they played that ball. He's going to push it to that right-hand side. I'm going to watch these offloads as always and just kind of hang around. So tackle 5, only 31 metres gain off that set. We're going to put pressure on him, and we did get the deflection, so we will have good possession here up on the, right over the halfway line into Gold Coast territory. So see if we can get some points or some good metres on the board here for an early attacking set. So we're going to call it here in just a second. Here it comes. No, I didn't want to call it. I was going to call it at the last second, but I'll let him run that. We're going to run it, get our fullback off us. There's the gap there. I'm going to scoot back around for that gap. Hopefully the fullback gets in there yet. Oh no, we're going to get in here. We're going to go short right hand side here. We're going to chuck a step and offload. Oh, he wraps around. And another big offload there. Can he power himself over? He's going to get wrapped up. We're going to put a little grubber in right behind this line. Unless we can force a little gap open. Let's grubber it. Someone should come on that. We're going to wrap him up anyways. We're going to get the 20 metre restart. I probably could have scored that when I was thinking about that. Hopefully we get a little replay. No, we don't. So here's the dropout. And we're going to run this back up to get these metres. Hopefully straight back at him. And yeah, we got a couple metres off that, so I think we have 200 metres to gain. Not a bad opening to this first half here at Gold Coast Stadium. Putting plenty of pressure on the team and performing not too bad. I was going to call it there in the last second, but we'll let them have that. We're going to call it right here and see if we can get another play. I'm probably going to go for a nice cutout. Big gap opens up. There's the offload. I'm going to push back on the left inside. Watch those offloads there. Nearly an interception. And it's going to be tackle free. About 15 metres out. Where's he going to come? Left. I'm going to cut back inside. No, I'm not going to cut back inside. No, I'm going to call it in a second. Oh, I didn't want to call it then. I probably should have let him go. That's tackle 4. Get up. I'm going to let them run this. See if they can force something. Tackle 5. We're going to hopefully do what we did. We're going to put another grubber across and see if anyone can pick up the loose ball. Oh, dive someone. We're taking him out again. I probably could run this in. What I might do is actually just do a little chip and chase. Not a chip and chase, sorry. Just a grubber straight from where I'm kicking it, so it's not like on an angle and I have the chance to get the ball myself. We'll try that if we can get a nice complete set here. We're going to call it and have a little run to this left hand side here. And I couldn't get that offload there, but there was a gap forming, so not too bad. It's tackle 2. About 29 metres out from the Gold Coast defensive try line. Tepai Morale gets some big metres down that left hand side there. Big offload. I'm going to call it. Oh, I nearly caught it down at the wrong time. Hopefully Tepai gets in there. We're going to try and go for a gap here. I'm going to offload it. The ball's going back inside. We're going to call it. Oh, he's going to score. I caught it then. Lucky he didn't pass. We're going to score right next to the uprights. Great way to finish this first half. Something goes in my eye. It hurts and it's itchy, but we're going to try and push through it. And we're going to get the kicking duties here. So let's take our time. We have 23 seconds. I think it's 25 seconds on the shot clock. And then, the counting down there. So if we just take our time with the shot clock as well as this conversion, we should be right to end this half decent. So I'll just give it one more swoop on the power to that, and then we should be right here. Nail this over, get that 6-0 lead, and go into this first half up with the lead. As I said, very happy with our performance so far. I think 2 or 3 sets of 6 there to finish at half in the red zone of the Gold Coast Titans. So, and we've been pretty involved with our team. We're going to call it here wide. Big gap opens up. Let's get another offload there. Hold it. Don't do nothing stupid, but I wanted to get an extra metre, I say. So let's have a look at our stats here. We're about 23% into our metres gained, and it's make no errors. So we'll continue up with the no errors. We should be right, but we need to start working on getting some ball running plays and hopefully get those metres built up. If you have enjoyed this first half so far, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. And if this is your first time viewing my video here on this channel, please consider subscribing for future content. I've got some ideas that I want to bring out soon into series, but I'm just going to wait and see how everyone goes over the next few weeks. But let's get today's match going. Corby's back on the inside and nearly caught it to a forward pass, so let's not do that again. We're going to get a penalty here, so good chance to get some extra metres. But as I said, I am going to try and bring some new series and just some general rugby league gameplay instead of just the season modes and stuff. I want to bring some kind of new challenge. I might try and play some teams in complete legendary mode or whatever the hardest difficulty is, and see if I can challenge myself. But we'll have to see how we go there. Some nice offload off the step there, a couple of metres. We're at 56 metres gained, so let's try and get some run. We've got the lead, so if we can just get some metres each and every time, I'll be happy. Big step there, nearly gained the extra metres. Get the offload, a couple of extra metres gained there. If we can keep pushing forward, I'm going to call it here again and get a nice hit up. Put my shoulder down then for the hit up charge there. That's tackle 4, 30 metres out from the Gold Coast try line. They're going to push the left here. Hopefully we can get about centre and I can go for a field goal. Try and secure the 7-point lead. Alright, so we're in good contention here. We're going to go for a field goal. Uh-oh. And I went for a bomb instead. Jump, contest it. There's the touch. So I went for it. Instead of going for a field goal, we've gone for a bomb. And then instead of getting the jump and contest, it's tapped it, and we've just been in the wrong side of the contention. So unfortunately we couldn't capitalise and get that extra point there. So it's going to be a big defensive set coming up here, because it looks like they've got a bit of momentum and a bit of confidence behind them, and they're gaining about 10 metres each run here. So we need to try and stop their pushing us here. And they make a big gap down that right hand side. and he's going to be tackled really close to that sideline. Sorry, we're going to duck in the fullback here and try and cover this ball. He's going to be back for that. We're going to call it here and get these metres, and we're going to gain about probably 10 metres off that run. So I'll take the points. Let's just try and get a good attacking set. Maybe even I was going to go for another 40-20 thinking about it then, but we're not going to do anything stupid like that. We're going to just try and get some smart meters here for our squad and push towards that objective for our team. I'm going to call it again here. Just like so. Big step. And he's going to wrap us up pretty quickly. Tackle 4. And we're going to get a penalty because he's holding us down. And we're going to kick for touch. And he got sin bin, so that was a professional foul. He is getting sent to the bin for 10 minutes. They're going to be down one player. Obviously, with the sin bin, you cannot make an interchange with that player who has been sent. So they're going to be down one player. Let's see if we can capitalise on the overlap and put some more points on the board here. I'm going to run off my centre there, hopefully. He's going to get a nice scoop for a couple of metres gain. We're just going to hang around. We don't want to just... we got the strip, the one-on-one strip. That's very unfortunate for that to happen. We lose the ball as quickly as we gained it. It's going to be tackle 2. And that's very unfortunate. He's going to come across and nearly slip away from me then. And see my stamina went down very quickly as I went for that tackle attempt. And what happened there? And he kind of ran behind the play ball. And they're going to push it to the right. Big gap opens up. They're going to make a breakaway. Fullback's coming across the cover. There's a loose ball. We're going to have to come in and try and make that tackle. And we do. Tackle 5. 46 metres gain for set of 6. We need to put pressure on this kicker. And we get the pressure. And we do recover the ball. So very lucky to not have them recover. Otherwise they would have got another set of 6 right down our end of the field. Big step here. And I was going to go for the offload. But unluckily, I was going to say unfortunately. But luckily we didn't get the offload. So we didn't lose the ball. I had a feeling if we had offloaded then we might have made a bit of a mistake then that could have cost us quite a bit. So let's keep pushing left here. And I did get the offload. The player got looped around on someone. Gains a couple extra metres to that set. We're going to go for a cheeky 40-20. We're going to go for it. We should get that bounce. But it's not going to have the angle on the bounce. So I'm going to let my teammate wrap him hopefully. There we go. He's going to get wrapped up there. So we did turn him around for that set. Let's just worry about defending this set now. Make sure all gaps are covered. Nearly an interception there. We're going to get stepped. And he's going to gain an extra metre after that. But I'm going to come watch his short side. Send my man back to the left-hand side. Go back to the left. Ooh, kind of misread that play then. That's going to be tackle 3. I'm going to stay on this side here. I'm going to cut across behind the line. Big gap opens up. I've seen that forming. I'm going to come in and help. He's going to break away from 1, break away from 2. And we're not going to get in range for that diving tackle. He's going to score with about 5 to 8 minutes to go in this second half. Gold Coast have put points on the board. And he breaks away from 2 players, I think, here. We come across, breaks away from Tepai, breaks away just off me. Fullback comes across, he steps him and gets a 20-metre run. It does have a chance for us to dive, but I don't know what happened. Our diving tackle didn't build up properly or something. I don't really know how it works, but 4 minutes to go. They'll probably put these points over the black dot, and we will be going into this final 4 minutes all locked up. So it's going to come down to good old field goal territory because we do not have golden point extra time here in Holden Cup. It might be different in the NRL seasons and stuff, but in Holden Cup, if it ends in a draw, it stays in a draw. So 6 all, 3 minutes to go. We need to get on this, make sure they don't get down for any kind of field goal look, and we need to ensure that when we get down, that we take our field goal. We did have that chance last time, but if you remember, the player got it in the way, so then we had to double call for it, which took time, and then we didn't get the chance to get a clean kick. I actually end up going for a bomb. And then make sure they don't get these metres because that's going to end the game there. We're going to end up on a draw. I thought we was going to have a bit more time, but hope you guys did enjoy this game. It was quite an effort by both teams. We could have held out. I don't know what happened in that last section. We should have had that win. We did end up getting man of the match. That's 3 in a row man of the match performances. I'm happy with that. And I did say at the start of the match, if we did end up in just a draw, that I would be happy. So regardless, yes, I am happy. Let's have a look at the end of game stats here, back at the menu, and then end the video as always. So hopefully we have something. We might be close to leveling up. I don't remember where we finished last time for level up. I think we did level up last round, and then I got some points, and then we should have a few points. So we are close. There we go. We are close to leveling up. We should get it next game. and then hopefully have some more points to put onto our player. Let's just skip to our next opponent, see who we're taking on in the next episode. And we have the Penrith Panthers at our home ground, so hopefully we perform well at home. Let's have a look at the ladder, and we are currently sitting in 9th position there, 24 points. We need to get some wins in these last few games. What round are we in? Round 22, so 4 games to go, and you get 2 points per game, so that's 8 points, potentially 8 points we can get, and which will put us on 32, which hopefully could net us in the top 8. But we're going to look for hopefully 3 out of those wins. What are we at? Real quickly, so 4 games, we can get 3, 20, so it's 6 points, so we can go to 30 points. It might be enough, it might not, I don't know. Probably around 32. We might have to win 3 out of the last 6, or say 4 out of the last 6 we probably need to win. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode. Leave a like if you did, I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe for future videos here on the channel. I'd love the support. As I said, I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting here on this channel. So leave a like if you did, I'd really appreciate that. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Daniel, and I'll see you all in the very next episode. Peace out, guys.